I am honestly not sure what wants to come through today, but I felt like recording something and just speaking to what I've been moving through over the past few weeks. I mean, really, since last week, it's been a lot of clearing, I feel like. A lot of processing and thoughts, old beliefs coming up to be cleared. So I'm just wondering if anyone else is feeling anything like this, if, these past few weeks have been a lot for you, or if you've noticed more old beliefs coming up to be cleared, things that used to be true for you. Things that used to be true for you that maybe are not feeling that true anymore. And they're coming up now for you to realize or recognize that there has been a shift. So yeah, I guess we're going to see where this goes. Again, I don't think this is really going to be a teaching episode. This one is really just going to be a processing episode, a sharing episode, I could say. So, here goes nothing. Welcome to Aligning on My Time, the podcast dedicated to empowering women on a journey back to their hearts, deepening their self-love, and reclaiming their self-worth. I'm your host, Naomi Sarah, and together we'll explore the realms of mindset, personal and spiritual development. Join me as I share my own experiences and stories, blending insights from self-study, courses, coaching, and mentorship. We'll dive into mental health and wellness, providing the tools and inspiration you need, embracing your voice and destiny on your own terms, in your own time. Let's embark on this transformative journey together, reconnecting with our true selves. Welcome back. This is Aligning on My Time with Naomi Sarah. I guess where I'm going to start is we're going to go back to last week. So I've been doing an 8-week Somatic Breathwork program with an amazing coach, Charisse Alyssa. I've been working with her since I started my healing journey. So I guess we're in our 4th year of working together. And oftentimes when she comes out with a new program or a new offering, it's usually exactly what I need in the moment, and I'm not realizing that. And that's exactly how, things happened when I first joined that program way back in 2021, I think it was. Yeah, in 2021, when I was trying to figure myself out and move through some wounds that I didn't know how to move through on my own. So working with her helped me immensely back then, and even now with this somatic breathwork offering, this program, I kind of knew that I wanted to get deeper in breath work, to do it more, because I always felt like I could never really catch my breath. I often felt like I was just breathing very, very shallow, and I wasn't really bringing any breath deep into my body. I felt like I had moved through all the stress. I don't really feel like I'm stressed at all these days. But I feel like I still have things to process from years ago. And my body is still moving in a state that feels normal, when life was very chaotic. Life was very dramatic for me years ago, and I figured out how to survive in that by not really breathing and by holding my breath and just waiting for the other shoe to drop, or walking on eggshells. I really made myself small and shut myself down to keep the peace, to be the perfect person, really just to continue people pleasing and making sure that I was not the one causing the drama, the issues. So this breathwork program came at the perfect time, because I honestly feel like I've been trying to move, I've been trying to grow and start my business, get it going, work through my fear of being seen, of being heard, of sharing my opinion, of making more money, of my life changing for the better. And I've been using all of the tools that I have so far, like journaling, meditating when I feel called to, moving my body, processing these emotions, these feelings when they come up through EFT, or, through screaming into a pillow, or even just verbalizing how I'm feeling. But I still was having a little bit of issue with feeling in my body and with remembering to breathe. And even when I'm breathing, to breathe deeply and really fill my lungs, fill my stomach with that air to nourish my body and to continue pumping my blood all through my body. So I guess that's a backstory to why I wanted to join this course. I felt intuitively like this is something that I needed for this next level in my life that I'm going into. And last week was week 6. We just did week 7 this week, and it was beautiful as well, where we focused on the throat chakra and working through any blockages and wounds that were stopping us from feeling heard and feeling like we could truly express ourselves. But last week was all about the heart. Last week was deep for me. If you don't know, if you are not into human design, or you are, then I'm an ego manifester. So as an ego manifester, my authority is my heart. And I have blocked my heart for many years after feeling betrayed and let down by the people closest to me. So I was not able to hear my heart for many years. And, when that's your authority, that is what tells you what you desire. For me personally, I should say, my heart tells me what I desire. And when I listen to that, it's me listening to the nudges from the universe. That's me following my path in life, is to do whatever it is that I feel called to do strongly in my heart. Because through doing that, somehow it's, helping the collective. I guess by me hearing myself and doing what feels true and right for me, maybe it might help someone else to feel safe enough to do the same. through their own process, whatever that is, through their own authority. And as a manifester, you kind of have to be the ones to lead the way. We don't have to wait for an invitation. We don't have to wait for inspiration, for, an invite, for anything really. We are free to act on our instincts, to act on our impulses, and to be the impact that the world needs. But when we have these blockages, these areas in our lives that are heavily conditioned, it stops us from accessing our power. It stops us from recognizing our own voices and from feeling like we can share them. So last week in breath work, this phrase kept coming up for me in the beginning. And that was that they always let you down. Everyone is always letting you down. And that just kept on coming up over and over for me. And, it's something that I subconsciously truly believed because I had so many experiences that proved that to be right. People that I decided to trust, or, parents, siblings, whoever, friends that you choose, partners, there has always been a situation, I guess, where I felt let down by these people. And it honestly made me very sad. It made me very, I was really sad to come to terms with the fact that that was an instinctual belief that I held, something so subconscious. And in every relationship, I kind of was holding back from giving 100% of myself. Because deep down, I was feeling like, okay, well, this person will let me down eventually, so I don't want to get too comfortable. I don't want to get too happy. I don't want to, give all of myself only to be left with a broken heart again. One thing my dad said to me when I went through my breakup, because he had gone through something very similar, where it was almost like being blindsided by the person that you had trusted for so many years. He told me that I should never give anybody 100% of my heart. Never trust anybody 100% because everybody can let you down. And he was saying, even me, you shouldn't give, anybody 100%. And I really took that because at that time, that felt true and it felt safer. It felt safer than being so vulnerable with anybody. The pain that I felt from the ending of my last relationship was the worst pain I've ever felt in my life. It was worse than when my parents divorced. It was, I couldn't even tell you a time where I had felt so low, so broken, so lost. And I never wanted to feel that again. truly believed then, if I was being this perfect person, giving this person everything that they said they wanted, and they still could hurt me like this, then why should I try? Why should I do that for anyone else? It doesn't matter how much I change myself, how much I listen and comply. It's not enough. Of course it's not enough. Of course, when you are basically being fake, shifting, distorting yourself to be what you think somebody else wants, it's not going to be real. It's never going to be enough. Because how can you ever be enough of something that is not even you? So that is beside the point. I'll have to do a whole nother episode on people pleasing, because that one is heavy. But this notion that everybody lets you down, no matter what you do, that was really coming through heavy for me. So I continued to breathe. I was breathing even deeper, really trying to gather that emotion, that feeling of betrayal, that pain that was way down in my womb. It was so heavy. And breathing down into that and pulling it up and releasing it out through my exhale, it was so hard. It was almost as if it didn't even want to leave. It didn't want to be separate from me. But I knew that if this was coming up, then it was ready to be released. It had overstayed its welcome in my body. And by this coming through, my subconscious, my higher self, my future self, whoever, my angels, they're letting me know that this is past. You don't need to keep carrying this. This is what is stopping you from feeling like you can make genuine connections with others. This is what is blocking you from creating community, from sharing what is truly on your heart, out of fear that you might be rejected, out of fear that when they see who you really are and what you truly believe and what you stand for, that they're going to let you down too. So I let that go. And on our second round of breathing, what was being clarified for me, and I guess brought up on a deeper level, was that I was letting myself down by choosing these people, by not listening to myself and my instincts and my inner guidance system. I was letting myself down because I was more focused on being liked, on looking like I had it all together, on proving to people that I was worthy of love, of being accepted, of opportunities, of friendships, that I was perfect, I was happy, I had it all together. And I had to forgive myself for feeling like I had to change myself to be accepted and like I wasn't enough as I was. And for letting myself down in all those times when my heart was telling me something's wrong. You're not going to be happy here. This is not your person. These are not your people. This is not your opportunity. There's something better. There's something that fits more with you. There's something that is more aligned. I had to forgive myself for all the times I let myself down. And I breathed through it. I kept going. I did my kumbhaka, and I actually held my breath the whole time. And, through the majority of our sessions, I haven't been able to do that. But this wanted to be released. This wanted to be exhaled. And I was able to hold my breath for the entire kumbhaka, gather all of those emotions and breathe them out and let them go. And that last session of our breath work, again, I went another layer deeper for clearing. And what really came out, the core of this feeling, this core belief that other people would let me down and that I let myself down, underneath that was the belief that I couldn't trust myself, that I didn't trust myself because of all those times where I was wrong in my choosing of people and situations and jobs, where I didn't listen to myself. It was because I didn't trust myself. And if I couldn't trust myself, then how could I trust the universe? How could I recognize what's coming through, and if it's truly for me, or if it's just society telling me that I should do something, or, conditioning, making me believe that I have to have kids by this age, I have to be married by this age, I have to do my coaching the way that all of the other coaches do it, right? I have to do these online courses, I have to show up live and perfect all the time. There's so much that I have been taking in all throughout my life, and even on this journey of healing, where I felt like I was letting go, I was still taking on what everyone else said was good, what everyone else said you should be doing. As I was trying to get rid of all the shoulds, of all the voices in my head telling me what I should do, who I should be, what I should say, how I should dress, how I should look. I thought I was releasing it, but I was still taking it on, still taking on what everyone else thought, instead of letting it go and trusting, listening, honoring my own voice, my heart. And if I couldn't quite find that, then trusting that I was being led to myself again through all of these trials and tribulations, through all of these lessons. The end result was me still finding my voice, me finding my why, me learning to hear myself and recognize my heart, my desires, and let go of the masks of the people pleasing and leaving my body to show up as the shell or the person that I thought I needed to be in different situations, in different places. I am enough. I was always enough. I don't have to take on someone else's ideology or their belief because they say I should. I can listen to myself. I can hear my heart. I can trust myself. And even if I trust it and I make a mistake or something, or, I have a moment where maybe it wasn't the right decision, I can trust that. And experiencing that, I'll have better discernment. I'll know for the next time something similar happens to me, how to notice it in my body, how to pay attention to my breathing and notice if I'm breathing or if I've stopped, if I am leaving my body and allowing a different persona, a different mask to come in for, to cater to someone else. I'm going to recognize that and call myself back, ground myself, and allow myself to show up just as I am. So that was very heavy for me last week. After that session, I was just releasing so much energy. Honestly, I was just crying. I was crying so much. And my amazing boyfriend sat with me, even though he was so tired. We were both so tired. But he sat with me and he listened to me just release so much. I'm so grateful for him, for his witnessing of me in that state. Because he's the first person that I felt safe enough to be completely myself with. And every time I have a fear come up of what if he doesn't, what if he thinks I'm weird, or what if he's going to leave me because I say something, or, I'm acting too much or not enough, or all of the fears that I've had from before. They're always being proved wrong. And it has helped me so much. As much as I'm healing myself, it is helping to heal with another person. There's only so much self-love work you can do. There's only so much self-worth you can do, work you can do. It's when you start to interact with others again, when you challenge yourself and start dating again. Are you staying in your body? Are you staying true to all of the things that you've learned, that you've grown through? Or are you shifting back to people pleasing or changing yourself to feel more accepted, or because you want to make sure that they like you? I've noticed that in this relationship, I've really been able to test so many things within myself and to really cement my growth and my sense of self and my sense of self-worth and confidence as an individual in this partnership. And I feel like it's a bonus too when, you're with someone who has experienced similar things in life or has similar outlooks or perspectives on the outside world. When you've grown up to be more of an observer, of a quiet person, and you are noticing how everyone acts in different situations, how they change, how they distort themselves to be accepted. it's interesting when you have conversations with someone who has similar perspectives. So, yeah, that's one reason I love our relationship, is because we see eye to eye, and I feel like at the core we have very similar beliefs. And in the areas where our beliefs differ, we listen to each other. We share our ideas. We're accepting of that, of each other's ideas and experiences. It was a tough week. It was a lot of releasing and a lot of trusting that even though it feels like I'm being let down, even though it feels like the things that I had hoped for or planned for may be crumbling, even though things may be shifting in ways that I didn't anticipate, where I may feel like I was let down, I'm trusting that is actually just creating space for new opportunities, for things that are actually in alignment with my heart and my desires to come through. And that right now I can't see where it's leading me, but all of these lessons are really just cementing what I've been learning, what I've been practicing, strengthening my foundation, and allowing me to hold more. Strengthening my nervous system so that I can actually emotionally hold more. So that I can continue following my path and trusting that even though it might not look how I wanted it to or thought that it would, that just means maybe it's going to be even better than I could have imagined. And if it's taking longer, then there's a reason for that too. Some things I think I'm going to let go of that truly do not feel in alignment for me, and don't feel like I don't really get joy out of doing them. It really just makes me anxious. For one is like live masterclasses. So I did one over the weekend, and I don't know, it just I feel like I do them because that's how I learned I should do coaching, is to create programs, to lead masterclasses, to do a lot of live things with people. And although it works really well for some people, or maybe it's just timing too, maybe I'm not there yet and I could revisit it later, but for right now it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like something that I really get excited about or that I enjoy doing. It feels more like a chore, more like going to work every day, more stressful than it does easy for me. And I'm really trying to let go of doing things that make me feel stressed. I'm leaning more into doing things that feel good on my nervous system, that feel exciting for me and fun and fill me with joy. So, I don't think I'll be doing live masterclasses anymore. Same thing with creating programs. That has never felt fun for me or exciting. It's always felt like pressure, like a chore, like more work. But what I really do love doing is creating guided meditations. I love holding space for people. I love helping people move from feeling like they're stuck, like they don't know where to go next, into a space of empowerment and feeling like they can do something, like they can start hearing themselves again and feeling safe to speak. I love allowing people to feel seen or to create a space for that. Because I know, for myself, I haven't always had that, and I know how amazing it feels to have that. And the rest I'm still figuring out, but yeah. I also love human design. Human design, gene keys, astrology. So I'm going to continue exploring that and sharing these amazing systems with people who are interested in them, and helping them to find different ways to learn themselves and to find their strengths in their own charts, in their unique blueprints, and using that to propel them forward in life. So if you are looking for support in any of those areas, whether it's someone to hold space for you, someone to walk with you through a transition in your life, whether you just ended a relationship or you're just trying to find your voice and feel heard and seen, and you don't know where to go, you don't know what to do, you can reach out to me. I'm here. All of my information is in the show notes, in the description down below, or you can find me on Instagram, on Threads, on YouTube, on Substack. And that's another thing too, I don't like Instagram. I think I'm going to leave Instagram shortly and explore Substack and see how that feels. But for now, I'm not really posting on Instagram. I check my messages, but that's about it. So yeah, if you're looking for me, those are the places you can find me. If you want to do a human design reading with me, you can be one of the first ones, and we can figure it out together, see how it feels. I have some stuff up in my Etsy shop, or you can just reach out to me directly, DM me on any of those platforms. But yeah, I'm here for you. I'm sending you so much love and support if you're moving through something similar, if you found that these past 2 weeks have been wild and you're moving through a lot. I'm here for you. And everything you're letting go is just creating space for the things that you truly desire, the things that are truly in alignment with you on your journey. So with that, I will talk to you guys next time. Wishing you an amazing spring. Take care. Thank you for listening and for being here with me. Thank you for joining me today on this episode of Aligning on My Time. I hope you found inspiration and empowerment on your journey back to your heart, deepening your self-love and self-worth. Remember, flourishing and abundance come from loving life, trusting the journey, and believing in the universe's plan for you. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with others who are finding their voices and choosing their own destinies. Until next time, keep embracing your true self and living authentically. I'm Naomi Sarah, and this is Aligning on My Time. Stay bold, stay brave, and keep shining.